wait, it's a show packed full of jam, and that's what jam-packed means, and here's what's still to come.
Have you had all week?
Plus, we're joined by two special guests, singer and local lad Joe McElderry, and BBC presenter and Olympic commentator, he's everyone's favourite, it's Matt Baker. What a legend. Now, each week we send a team of children, and it goes really well for you. Jacob, everybody.
Oh, what an exciting moment. I'm jealous. Now, talk me through what you're looking forward to at the Olympics as guest. It is, of course, the fabulous Joe McElderry.
Joe, welcome to the show.
That was you doing a bit of opera, but obviously you won X Factor. You've been doing all kinds of things, including a new album.
Yes, jack of all trades. Yeah, I've got a new album out in September, 17th of September. It's kind of like pop ballads. I've been writing as well on it, which is really cool. And I finished it last Saturday, so it's all ready and ready to go. We're doing all the videos and things now.
We know you're a great singer, but we also should mention that you're a good runner because I met you at the Great North Run. You ran that 13 miles much quicker than many people gave you credit for last year. There you were. How quickly did you do it?
I look in serious pain there, don't I? I did it in I think that year was 1 hour 39. Yeah.
Very good. Right now, we've been talking about the excitement of the Olympics and the big home crowd. How do you cope with the nerves when you've got loads of people looking?
It kind of spurs you on a bit more because the adrenaline's so much, you know, when the bigger the crowd, the more adrenaline's kind of pumping through your body. So you kind of are more nervous, but at the same time you perform better. That's what I think anyways.
Well, fingers crossed they perform better for us.
Can I just say something before we go any further? We know that today's a big day for most people, but even more so for you. It's your 21st birthday.
It's my 21st today.
Happy birthday to Joe, everybody.
Happy birthday, Joe!
We have a cake for you as well.
Oh, you just have to. Thank you very much.
Oh,
look at that.
You're walking so quickly the candles blew out.
Do you mean to handle that? Hang on.
Congratulations, Joe. Right, now, while you get stuck into that, it's time for us to get stuck into our next Olympic guide. Every week we bring you an insider's guide to an Olympic event. This week it is
having a home games is the sort of thing every athlete dreams of. So I think if we can get some people on the top of the podium, start singing the national anthem really loud, then it's just going to make a huge difference.
What an amazing story. And find out just how difficult that really is a bit later when Helen and I try our hand at track cycling in the Blue Peter Olympic Tour. Fun.
Right, it is now time though to meet our second guest. He used to be a Blue Peter presenter. He used to be a junior British gymnastic champion. It is Matt Baker.
Hello, hello, hello. It's lovely to be home. This is home for me. This is perfect.
Now, we know you used to be a gymnast. I'm going to talk a bit more about that later on.
Yeah.
But we heard there how much preparation Sarah Story does. You're going to be commentating during the Olympics.
Yes.
What type of preparation is involved for that?
A lot more than her. No, no. Well, to be honest with you, with gymnastics and when you're commentating something like that, you haven't really got an idea who they're going to cut to, you know, as far as the cameras are concerned. So you literally have to research every single gymnast on every piece of apparatus. So there's an enormous amount of preparation. You have these big sheets and you have the name written along, and then you have maybe European Championships, Olympics, World Championships, everything that they've done. So you go through the results, find it all out, write it down. So as soon as you see them, you can talk about them.
Are you glad to be broadcasting, or is there a bit of you that would like to be out there competing?
It was my dream to be at the Olympics, there's no doubt about that. But when, you know, my gymnastics came to an end, it's wonderful to still be part of the team. And the coaches that are still teaching the British team were my coaches there, so, you know, I still feel very much connected to it.
Well, if you cast your mind back to 1976, not that you were alive or very old when that was happening, but we're going to go back each week and look into the past and see how the Olympics has changed over the years. We're now going to go back to 1976 and check out a Romanian gymnast who changed the world. In 1976, Canada had their first chance to host the Summer Olympic Games, and the city of Montreal was where all the action took place. To start with, there were a few problems. The builders who were working on getting the stadium ready went on strike for over 100 days, and this meant that the stadium was never fully finished. Regardless of all that, the games did start on time. And the Queen was there to help get things underway. But she wasn't just there on official business, but also to support her daughter Anne, the Princess Royal, who was competing in the British eventing team. The standout performance from the 1976 Games came from a 14-year-old Romanian gymnast by the name of Nadia Comaneci. It was her first Olympic Games, and the watching world didn't know what to expect from such a young girl. Nadia performed perfect routines right across the sport and scored an amazing perfect 10, something which had never been done before. It was so unexpected, the scoreboard couldn't display it properly. Overall, Nadia performed a remarkable 7 perfect 10s and took home 3 gold medals.
An extraordinarily composed young lady of 14.
Unbelievable at that age. I mean, would she still win gold now?
It's interesting you should say that, because with that performance, with that routine, the answer would be no. Because nowadays, there's 2 different scores. There's difficulty and execution. So you need your perfect 10, but you've also got to risk it now. So that's why it's such a great spectator sport these days.
That's what makes people like Bechtel so fantastic.
There you go.
Right, here's still what's to come on today's show.
It really is all about testing your strength.
They love this bit.
Testing character, but now we're going to test how strong people's arms are. Matt Baker and Joe McKelvey, you are about to face the biggest challenge yet. Joe, you're going to go first. If you have a look at what's happened so far, Nicky Byrne and Sir Steve have got the belt.
Right at the top.
Right at the top. And Orion last week was rubbish. He got...
he did get a practice. That was Nicky Byrne. He hit the top spot. And as we said, Ore didn't do quite so well. So, guys, it is over to you.
Joe, you're up first. It's hammer time.
I'll hold you,
please.
Let's count him down, everybody.
From 3.
He's scared.
Come on, Joe.
3. 2. 1. Oh.
Okay.
More
travel.
Oh.
There we go.
It's an 80.
That was good.
That was really good.
Come on, Mr.
So I
Baker.
go now.
Your turn. Oh.
This is where he backflips and just smashes it to the top. You ready?
3.
No messing Baker there.
I wish you could have seen Baker's face. He just went. Yeah.
So let's put you on there. Joe McKelvey, you were just under 80.
I'm quite proud of that.
And
That was good. I'm very proud of you, Joe.
I got it. No, we haven't.
In your reach.
Will that do? Will that?
Oh, don't. He'll throw a hissy fit.
We'll get it moving.
Sorry, I'll make sure it gets to the
Anyway,
top.
listen. It's time to celebrate. The Olympics is about putting everybody together, so what better way to celebrate by having a bit of a sing-song? You're in for a treat now. It's an exclusive, and it's Horrible Histories with their new song, Flame. So much faster than it looks on the TV, but how has that affected the leaderboard? Well, myself, Helen and Adele aren't in any medal-winning position at the moment. We're going to fight over the next few weeks to try and get that back.
Do you know what? We're supposed to be sporting, and we look so fed up. We were like, yeah, well done, Laura.
Well, that could all change. Stay tuned. In bronze position, Romeo has got 9 points. In silver, Laura with 10. And not so much out in the lead on his own anymore, Brendan is in gold position with 11 points.
The thing is, it still is early days. Things could change. Now, Mr. Baker, you were laughing a lot during that film.
Yes, I was at Brendan. His face was amazing. I mean, the intensity there as he was pedaling on. But I mean, the thing is with Brendan, I know him because obviously through Strictly, but you know what? Can you put your money on him, you know, in the long haul?
Well, I wouldn't if I were you. Don't want to give the game away, but you know what?
Because obviously we know what happens. Joe, would you fancy giving that a go?
Do you know what I would love to do? I was just saying I'd love to do the diving. That would be my favourite thing ever to try.
Diving is still to come, and that is a good one, isn't it? Because people do get hurt. There is a mini tantrum.
There's a big tantrum actually.
The tantrums are always from me.
Anyway, we're back on the CBC channel at 5:45. We're going to be live for Blue Peter. It's your telly show that you can watch if you want to. And then at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, Blue Peter's Big Olympic Tour continues. We're going to be live from Burnley. Would you cheer for Burnley or just Sunderland? Burnley!
Yes!
It's not as
Just Mr. Baker.
Alright, thanks. So make sure you're watching. Anyway, let's tell you what's still to come on next week's show.
That's what's going to be happening on next week's show. But myself, Barney and Joe are going to be sticking around in Herrington Country Park all day. So if you're anywhere near Sunderland, do come down and say hello. It's a free event. You don't need a ticket. All the details are on the Blue Peter website. Matt, Joe, thank you very much for coming.
No problem.
Enjoy the Olympics. Good luck with the next album.
Have a nice birthday as well.
I will do. Thank you very much.
We'll see you next week.